it was pretty and purple, and it was the first really big one that I had, and I loved it. I did. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And I am back. I'm being really quiet because I'm the only one up in the house. It's extremely early. I'm the early bird in the house. Always have been. But anyways, um, it is December 24th, and I don't remember too much about my 24th birthday, but I do remember. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the 2 and the 4, just like I did the 2 and the 3, and I'm gonna talk about my 6th birthday. Mhm. I found my sister's um, ring light, and I really like the little setup. I haven't figured out how to work the light like I would mine, um, and the little stand that the phone stands on is quite different, like quite different. I was struggling with it, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I don't know how to work it just yet, so bear with me. But hmm, Granny woke up with crusty lips. Okay, so my 6th birthday, I remember I ended up with this purple bike. It was pretty and purple, and it was the first really big one that I had, and I loved it. I did. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And I loved that thing. I did. I remember, um, I can't remember if it was one of my uncles or my grandfather. I really believe it was my grandfather. As a matter of fact, it was him because I remember the conversation now as I'm talking about it. He took the training wheels off. I was 6 when I first got it because I was tall. I had very long legs. Um, and then when I was 7, I think I was 7, he took them off. I was 6. Yeah, when I first got it, and I had it for about a year before he took it off. He took the training wheels off, and it was scary. Oh my goodness, that was extremely scary. Um, but well, I won't say scary. I'll say nervous. That fits how I remember a lot better. But grandfather, my granddaddy, he made it a lot easier for me. He said, look around you, find a good spot to start. He said, look at some things that you can um, use as your stabilizers so you can figure out how to use your weight to stabilize the bike so that you could keep it on 2 wheels. He said, that's your job. He said, don't worry about if you can ride it just yet. Learn how to do that because you need to learn how to balance. I remember that. And it didn't take long. It just took a few days. I don't even think it took a week. And he said he was so proud of me because I continued working on it. I would go outside to play with other kids, and I would practice that for a long time. And it reminds me of life. It reminds me of trying new things or trying to do things differently. And when you leave a life of abuse, it's it's scary. It's scary. There's a lot of people who want you out, and you want out. But to think about how that would look and what you need to do and who do you trust, that's scary. It is very scary, and I don't think people get that. So if you're one of those people who are watching this, or if you know someone who has come out of a rough situation like that where it's very toxic understand that they are trying to find their balance, and that's not easy. Give them some grace, give them some support, and give them an active listening ear. It's one thing to have an ear, another thing to have a listening ear, and another thing to have an active listening ear. That sounds like a video. But anyways, that's what they need. They need your support in listening, because typically what happens in that toxic relationship that's very abusive, they're not being heard. They're not being heard at all. And the things that they are saying, they get beat for it, or they get demeaned for it. They are humiliated in some shape or form because of it. So they need to be heard. Let them know it is safe for them to be heard. That would be such a great gift for them. Just provide a safe space for them to be heard. And do not carry what they say. That's another gift. Not to just them, but anybody, because you wouldn't want that to happen to you. So, in honor of my grandfather, who helped me find my balance by being alert of everything that I had in my surroundings to help me find that, I think it's time that we support others find their balance when they are coming out of a life of abuse. And that's what Elegant Granny does. I support victims and survivors of abuse as they come out of that relationship. With the victims, what I typically do is I just listen. I never tell them they have to get out. They already know this. You telling them that is not something they know. And it's more frustrating than you know for you to keep telling them that, because that's something they know. What they don't know is what they can do afterwards. The best way to support them is let them know what's available to them in their surrounding area that can give them the support they need. Just saying go to a shelter does not work. Those places stay full all year round. So just saying go to a shelter, no. What you can do is you can find, you as a supporter can go in your area or in their local area, find out the housing areas, find out the information needed for emergency housing. You can do that. You can also look around to see if there is a house that will take women and children, or women with their elders, or women and their pets, because some people don't leave because of their pets. Now, I know that may sound strange to you, but for some people, their pets are their children, and it is a real thing. And those are lives worth saving also, because a lot of them die by the hands of the abuser, and that's no good either. And that's devastating for the victim. So that's another reasons why they stay. So to be a great support system for them, find out the different resources in the area other than just going to a shelter, because some of them are scared of shelters. That's another reason why they don't go. Because not all the time family will help you. Not all the time family can help you. Family can't always help you, because they think about, okay, you come in here, I want you safe, but you come in with so much that I don't know what to do with. And that's scary, because it's scary on them because they don't know how you're going to react to things. Anything could be your trigger because now you in a safe space to where you can finally voice something and you're not being beat for it. And it can be scary because the person who is allowing you in their home, or allowing the victim in their home, who is now in survivor status, they don't know their own eggshells because they don't know if what they say or do could trigger them. It's scary for the one who just came out of this situation because they don't know what to expect. They don't know how far to trust that person, even if they are family. And it's scary. It can be very scary. So one of the best things to do, as I said, is find out all the different resources, because there are houses out there for women and children. They're not going to be advertised. They're not. You literally have to search for them. You really do. Yourself. You have to be an investigator, because having this place exposed to the public like that, it not only puts that particular person in danger, it could put other people who are there in danger along with their children. So do yourself a favor, do that person a favor, and find that place out for them. And if they feel comfortable talking to you about getting out, that's when you let them know, hey, this is a place you can try. This is a place where you can go. Or would you like for me to find out what I can about this place for you? So when the time comes, you have a place to go. You and your children have a place to go, because the shelters are not always going to be open. So that would be a great birthday gift for me. If you could just do that much for your loved one, or your friend, or your coworker, or someone you just met, and you see them a little often, and you realize what's happening, that would be such an awesome gift for me. I would appreciate that, and I'm pretty sure they would too. This furnace is cut back on, and I want to go ahead and get dressed because I have somewhere to be, and people are starting to wake up, so it's about to get loud. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.